Hey guys, so today's lesson is going to be on substituting values, given values, you're going to be told what the values are, into an expression and then using the order of operations. And so I've kept everything pretty simple. Don't worry, we're not going to substitute anything crazy in. But when I'm talking about substitution, I'm talking about something like this. So I've told you what x is going to be, and I've told you what y is going to be, and you're just plugging those into the expression that's given here. So what I'm going to do is everywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace it with the number that I've been told that x is equal to. So if I look up here, x is equal to 4. So instead of writing the x, I want to write the 4. So I can't actually solve this. There's no equal sign there. So I'd have to leave it like that, except that I was told what those numbers or what those variables are equal to. I have numbers that I can plug in for them, and then I'll have a number. I'll have something that means a little bit more. So x was 4. If I look up here, y is 2. So instead of writing y, I want to write the number that y is equal to. So all I've done is I've replaced my variables with the values that I was given. So x is 4, I replaced the x with the 4, y is 2, so I replaced the y with the 2. Now I just follow the order of operations, which in this case, there's not really any order that I need to follow. There's only one thing going on, and that's 4 plus 2, which is 6. So my answer is 6. So in this case, because x was 4 and y was 2, x plus y is equal to 6. Now this only works with this one. If I change the values of x and y, I might get a different answer. So let's look at another problem. In this problem, x is -2 and y is 3. So I'm going to plug in those numbers for x and y. Now this one's a little bit different. I've got 2x here. That means whatever my x value is, I have to multiply it by 2. So I want to keep this 2, but instead of the x, I want to multiply. I could put it in parentheses. I could put a little dot. You don't really want to use the x for multiplication because then it gets confusing. Is that an x like the variable, or is that a multiplication sign? So you either want to put the number in parentheses or you want to use the dot. I'm going to use the dot. X is -2. So instead of writing the x, I want to write -2 minus. Instead of writing y, I want to write what y is equal to. Y is equal to 3. So I'm going to replace the y with a 3. So I've substituted in those values. I've plugged in these numbers for these variables. So now I'm going to use the order of operations to tell me whether I multiply first or subtract. And the order of operations tells me that I need to multiply first. So 2 times -2 is -4. Now I have only subtraction left. So -4 minus 3 is -7. So the answer to this problem is -7. So again, that's only what this expression equals when x and y have those values. I can only plug in the numbers that I'm given for the variables. One last example. In this one, I'm being told that x is 5 and that y is 2. So I'm not picking numbers at random from just anywhere. I'm using those numbers for those variables. So here I have 3x plus 2y. So that means whatever my x value is, I'm going to multiply it by 3. Whatever my y value is, I'm going to multiply it by 2. And I've got a number and a variable written side by side like that. It's implied that those two are being multiplied together. So I have 3 times 5 plus 2 times 2. And again, this 5 and this 2 just came from these values up here that x and y are equal to. I replaced the variables with the numbers that I was told they were equivalent with. Now the order of operations tells me that I have to multiply before I can add. So I'm going to do my multiplication as I come to each problem from left to right. Excuse me. So 3 times 5 is 15. I have to do this multiplication before I can do this addition. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I can add them together, and 15 plus 4 is 19. So 19 would be my answer. So again, this is a self-checking assignment that you're going to do today. You only put the number that you got in the box, and if the box changes colors, then you got it right, and you can move on to the next problem. But don't move on until you get that color change to show you that you've done each problem correctly. If it doesn't change colors, that means that you made a mistake, and you want to go back and check your work and check over your work a few times. But if you still can't figure out what happened, just type a comment in or send an email to Miss Webster or myself, and we'll help get you on track.